Hello, my name is Martin. This is Millionaire Autobahn. In this video today, I want to talk to you about my newer strategy to actually trade within the cryptocurrency space. That doesn't mean that I actually want to trade on like Binance or Kraken or crypto.com. I actually do trade stocks that are related into the cryptocurrency space. As you might know, like for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, there are actually ETFs out there that you can trade, standard ETFs that go the same way as Bitcoin or Ethereum. There are leveraged ETFs and there are short ETFs, meaning they go up when the crypto goes down. And there are even leveraged short ETFs. So crypto goes down 2%, that ETF goes up about 4%, which is very interesting. But before we move on, as always, this is no financial advice. This is just me on YouTube talking about my day trading journey, just so you're aware of that. All right. So in the previous video, I talked about the fact that it is hard to find these stocks on a daily basis, and this is still, I'm pretty sure it's still hard for a lot of people. Some people have it figured out, but it takes quite a while to actually find these stocks. So I actually thought, well, the cryptocurrency space is quite interesting. And why is that? So first of all, the stocks move actually on a daily basis, at least between 1 and 3-4% up or down, or sometimes even up and down in the same day, 3-4%. So there's actually quite a lot of volatility going on, which helps for day trading, right? And so there is quite, a good amount of stocks, not too many, which is good. So you don't have to actually look at like 100 different stocks. It's just like a handful between 10 and 20. And so it's very easy to actually look up these stocks. So just to give you a little bit of an idea what these stocks actually are. So we have the ETFs like the BITX is Trust Bitcoin volatility share that is leveraged twice. So again, when Bitcoin goes up like 2%, this goes up 4%. We have the ProShares, again, is a Bitcoin ETF that is leveraged twice. Then we have the same stuff going on for short Bitcoin, ProShares Short and ProShares Ultra Short. Again, both of them are actually double leveraged going down. And so we also have like volatility shares Ethereum that are leveraged double, so they go up double as Ethereum, and the same is true for the ProShares Ultra Short Ethereum. They go up double when Ethereum goes down. So those are kind of course, going the exact same way as the underlying crypto asset, right? Which, can be good or bad. To be honest, I had I would say like a 50-50 chance to be right lately, so I'm not really that much into those ETFs. But nevertheless, they are a good option. If you see Bitcoin is on a rally or Ethereum on a rally, you actually can easily go for these ETFs and make a good amount of money with those. However, there's actually quite a good amount of other stocks out there. There's Coinbase, for example, right? That actually moves pretty much with Bitcoin often. Let's say often it moves with Bitcoin, about 80% from what I figured out. The same is true for Riot Platforms. That is a Bitcoin mining company, so they move with Bitcoin. Then we have BITF, that's Bitfarm Ltd. They are a mining company, so moves with Bitcoin. Then we have Mara Holdings, that's again a mining company for Bitcoin. Then we have CleanSpark, the same thing, mining company for Bitcoin. We have Hut8 Corp, again a mining company. So the interesting thing with these mining companies, obviously, when Bitcoin goes up, then their holdings of Bitcoin, of course, are worth way more. And of course, whatever they mine at that moment will be worth way more than, if the Bitcoin price is lower. So all these mining companies are kind of very, very heavily attached to the underlying cryptocurrency, in this case, Bitcoin, right? So then we also have actually companies like ABTC, that's American Bitcoin Corporation. They are a reserve company, so they just hold Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin. And obviously, the more Bitcoin they have, the larger is their reserve, and thus it's also connected to the price of Bitcoin. The same is true for bullish, BLSH. They have actually Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then we have strategy. I think strategy, ticker symbol MSTR, they are actually also heavily in the Bitcoin reserve. I think they actually have the most Bitcoins of all. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. And so we have the same like with BMNR, that's Bitmine Immersion Technology. They have a reserve in Ethereum. And then we have BTBT, Bit Digital. They have mining and staking of Ethereum. So these are, let's say, the main players in this space. And so it's easy to actually just look at those. So you don't need like 20, 30, whatever different stocks out there to look at. You just take those. And that makes it quite easy, right? So with that said, I made some sort, let's say I made a white paper for these to actually see if what I'm thinking is true. So what I did was I did a couple of Python scripts getting data from Binance and to see how the correlation is between these cryptocurrencies and these stocks. And it's usually, to be honest, it's actually pretty interesting. It's about 60 to 80% where these stocks go the same way as the underlying cryptocurrency. Not always. There's still a 20 to 40% chance that they move in a different direction because of some news that are not really crypto related, but maybe in the technology space. But in general, that's where they go. So the nice thing that I found is you have these two large cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you can look where they're going, and then you can kind of see where these other companies, in what direction they're heading. So you have some sort of a way broader picture of where the overall market in this area is heading. And I think that's very unique. I've actually not seen anything like that before, to be honest. I don't know if it exists or not. It might, that there's some other stocks that are kind of somewhat tied together loosely and that move in a kind of same direction as some other underlying asset. Maybe it's some gold companies or something like that. But in general, this is kind of a very interesting scenario because you can see when, let's say, Bitcoin is moving up, you can see that maybe like 30 seconds later or so, that then one of the crypto companies that are in that space are moving up also, which is kind of a very nice indicator. So you can then say, okay, look, I have like a couple of seconds till I actually get into a trade there. If, all the parameters are met, if it's above the 9 or 20 EMA and so on. And then it is quite, let's say, a very positive possibility that this stock goes in that direction, will go up. And so I have actually a couple of stocks here that I want to show you that they move in this direction. So just let me hold on here real quick to pull them up. So yeah, as you can see in these screenshots that I have prepared here for you, you see that these cryptocurrency companies or related companies actually go in the same direction as the underlying asset, and that they actually on any given day more or less move around at least between 2 and 4% up or down, sometimes multiple times a day. They might go up like 2, 3, 4% and then go down again 2, 3, 4%. So there's quite a good opportunity to actually trade in this area, right? And I think that's actually kind of what we're all looking for when doing day trading, that we find these assets that kind of move pretty good in one direction, and then they might actually move again pretty good in the other direction. Overall, as I said, I only need like between 1 and 2% a day. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm fine with having stocks that don't move like 10% up or down all the time. So nevertheless, I think, to be honest, that the cryptocurrency space, that stocks in that area, those stocks are actually, I personally think, a very good option. I'm still working on it. I have not really yet kind of figured out everything that I'm really good at that. But I think overall, it just gives such a good opportunity where you have a way broader picture on things than with regular stocks, right? Because you just have so many more opportunities to look on how things are moving. And I think that is kind of the important part with this. So you have a way broader picture on things than compared to other stocks. So I think that is good. I will have some information from my white paper that I did in the description below, and maybe a link to some inputs on that white paper that I came up with. So you can look at that and make up your own mind what you think about it, if that is a good idea or not. Please let me know in the comments down below if you think that's a good idea or not. That's just my personal feeling, my personal view on this on these things, as I think it just makes it so much more easier to do day trading than searching for these stocks every day and not knowing where they're going and if they're going and everything. You have a way bigger picture with these type of stocks than the other way around. But yet, as said, I have still not yet come up with like being 100% positive. There's still days where I'm not, so I'm still working on that too. So, but I'm sure that's the same with any other stock too. So we just have to make sure that we're getting better and better by the day. Nevertheless, I think that is a very interesting, very important part of the day trading setup, right? And so, as said, I will have some information in the description as well as a link to a document that has some more information about this. Let me know if you think that's a good idea, or if you think, oh, that makes totally no sense, which could be. That's just my personal view, and I personally think it's a good idea. But to be honest, I could be totally wrong. But that's what I think. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, and I will have another video coming up next week about this. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Alrighty, bye.